Hey everybody, how you doing today? Thanks for coming back to the channel and checking us out. Today we're going to go ahead and give you a build for launch that I plan to use myself, and it's going to be the bow and the spear combination. Now, this is at warforged.gg. This is a really good site, guys. You should go check them out for building your weapons. It's going to give you some nice attributes here, and you can use perfect score or non-perfect score. You're going to have item affixes right here. You're going to have different monster types and what they're weak to, and then also some information about dungeons. So a shout out to warforged.gg for letting us use this site. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get back into the build. Now we're going to start off with the bow. The three skills I'm going to use for the bow are going to be evade shot. So we're going to hit use and build. Evade shot, which is going to leap back 5 meters. Shoot an arrow dealing 125% weapon damage. Now it's got a nice short cooldown of 15 seconds. We're also going to go ahead and get the knockback of 2 meters. I'm going to keep this in order, so we're going to move over here in the order that I normally do. This is kind of a personal preference thing. Deal 20% more damage to foes at least 10 meters away. Long range, they're almost always going to be farther than 10 meters away, so something that you definitely want to get. This one is definitely a must. Finishing shot for all those pesky people that are running away and you're having trouble finishing. If your target is below 50% health, deal 20% more damage to them. Then we're going to go ahead and get rapid shot. This is going to shoot 3 consecutive arrows at them, guys. It's not only great for PvE, it's great for PvP. The first 2 are going to deal 100% weapon damage. The last one's going to knock them back and hit them for 125% damage. And here it's going to reduce your cooldown by 50% if you land all 3. The skill does take a little bit of practice, but you will get used to it. It's very quick on a really, a relatively quick cooldown, and even quicker if you get this, if you land all 3. Now, the third shot's going to deal 25% extra damage. So total, you're going to do 150% damage on that last shot if you hit it. We're going to go back over to poison shot. And this is on a longer cooldown, a 35-second cooldown, but this is absolutely fabulous for life staff sitting in their circle, rushes, sieges, even one-on-one. If you can drop it right on top of them, even hit them just before they get you, where they got to fight you with your spear in the poison circle. They won't be able to heal. They'll be able to pop a potion, but they won't be able to get their passive healing or anything like that while in it. The poison shot's going to deal 12% damage for 20 seconds. And then if you hit them directly with it, it's going to do 200% more damage. So that's even more incentive to hit them directly with it. They're going to go ahead and finish off the evade, go the distance. It's going to give you 5 seconds of haste for 15% for 5 seconds, which is pretty big. All right. Then this is where the bow really shines, guys. You're going to go ahead and this one is an opener. We're going to go ahead and open with our heavy attack. If you hit a foe with 100% health, causing 10% slow for 2 seconds. Now, you're going to wonder, we're going to get that one, but you're going to wonder why I'm not getting concussion. When you land a headshot, deal 20% more damage, 50% chance to get your arrow back. Okay, look. I'm not impressed. I'm going to go over here, knee shot, all the way down in a tree, and we're getting almost the same exact skill is way up here. Okay, no, this is not cool. Okay, leg shots causes a 10% slow for 2 seconds. Ooh, big deal. So I got to hit him in the head here. I got to hit him in the leg here. Why not just give me an ending skill for shooting him in the nuts or something? Give me double damage for shooting him in the nuts. But this does nothing for me. Please rework this, Amazon. It does nothing for me. So I'm going to skip those entirely. I feel that point would be better used in a tactic. So we have dodge and weave. This is a big one. After you dodge, you gain 10% haste for 2 seconds. This one, archer speed, is a biggie. Gain 10% haste for 5 seconds when you swap. If you're doing your animation cancels, this is going to be going off all the time. It's got a 10-second cooldown, but it's still going to be going off an awful lot. All right, we're going to go ahead and get Evasive Tactics after you dodge, which is going to synergize really well with the 300 dex build when you're already going to do a critical, when automatic critical if you have 300 dex after you dodge. And then you add in this, you're going to get, on top of your critical, another 20% more damage for 5 seconds. Huge. Really huge. The bow is going to do silly, stupid damage if you hit with it. The problem is, you got to get good with it. If you think you're good at PvP, use the bow. Bad aimers are going to use the musket. Good aimers the ones that want to have big dick PvP are going to be using the bow. We're going to go ahead and look through these, and I don't really see the dots. Okay, no, don't really see anything I like. This one is okay. I just don't like the meter distance that it is. 3 meters is not enough for me. If it were 5 meters, I'd be more interested. This is kind of for, if you're out there and you're getting jumped or something like that. 20% haste is good, but if they're already within 3 meters of them, 3 or more people, odds are you're screwed. You might as well just put FUBAR on your forehead because it's over. So I'm skipping that one. Then we're going to add aim true. This one is a good one. Heavy attacks fly faster, dealing 30% more damage. That's definitely a good one. We're definitely going to get the bow critical strikes by 10%. That's an absolute must. I like to get the increased arrow distance before gravity drops off at 100%. This one you can make a case for, absolutely. Receive 20% less damage while aiming because it's something you're always doing. You really want to stick with those skills that you're always going to be using, not so much the ones that are like conditional, where like, in the musketry where you have to get 3 headshots for it to go off. I mean, come on. Seriously? So this one is one we're going to go ahead with because it's going to synergize well with our other opener over here. If it's got 100% health, we're going to do 20% more damage to them. So that's the bow line. We're going to switch over to the spear tree, and we're going to go over that. And before we go on to our next weapon, if you find the information that I'm giving you useful and you think it's something that you're going to use, please smash that like button and hit the subscribe so you can catch the new content that I'm putting out. I also stream it on Twitch TV at Sandman's Gaming Channel, so come on over and catch me live. So now we're going to move into our second weapon, and our second weapon in this combination of weapons is going to be the spear. Now, the spear is probably one of the best weapons, if not the best weapon for CC, probably right up there with the Warhammer. What makes this one so special in combination with the bow is, well, one, it's a dex one, and also just the abilities in general just are fantastic. So in this build, we're going to go ahead and run Javelin. We're going to also run Sweep, and then we're also going to get Vault Kick, and that's going to be our 3 skills that we're going to use. Now we're going to go ahead and go over them real quick. So Javelin is going to be your long range shot for your spear. It's going to throw a spear, dealing 125% weapon damage, staggering on hit. It's a 15-second cooldown. Again, a pretty short cooldown. Now, targets are knocked down on the second ability with this by the Javelin, which is fabulous because you can use it after you vault kick them. You can use it after you sweep them. It's just so many different ways you can use it to where it's really going to affect the person that you're going against. So we're going to go ahead and go back over here. I don't really love these two, but because I don't, again, these are situational because it's saying the second hit of the light attack, you get it. Well, I don't really want to go into a light attack build. I want to go into a heavy attack build. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the 5% critical chance on any light attacks that I do. We're going to go ahead and go down to this one, which is a really good one. Finishing blows, 15% damage against targets with 30% or less health. So that's a keeper. Now the Vault Kick. Use your spear to vault forward. Again, 15-second cooldown, dealing 75% weapon damage. Okay, it doesn't do a lot of damage. Okay, 75%. It's really not supposed to. It's a CC ability. It's gonna, the big takeaway here is the apply stun for 1.5 seconds. Then we're going to go ahead and gain Empower on a successful kick below 50%, increasing damage for 20%. That's pretty good. Okay, so we can't get that one yet. Looks like we got to do something else here. Let's see. Why isn't it letting me get that? There we go. There we go. I didn't click it. Okay, so here we go. Gain Empower. And then on this one, it's going to cooldowns on all the spears. They're going to be reduced by 30% on a successful hit of Vault Kick. Now this one is going to take some practice, guys. This is not WoW. This is not some kind of tab target game. This is a skill-based PvP game. If you got no skill, then you probably either should practice more before you flag in duels or don't flag at all because you're just going to go home crying. So either get good noob or leave yourself unflagged. So we're going to go ahead and go back to this line, and this is the one we're going to take. It's a 10% critical chance on targets that are 3+ meters away. Deadly Reach. Dodging backwards. This one's okay. We're gonna move down to the reserve strength. I haven't tested this one yet, but I have a feeling it's gonna be pretty good because you're only gonna lose stamina when you're blocking or when you're dodging. And since we have a pretty good dodge roll with the extra 10 stamina that we get from the high dex, we're probably going to be having a good amount of dex. But some of these abilities are going to help us regain our stamina quicker, so we'll be able to have this ability up more often. So Merciless Strength is 25% against damage against knockdown targets. Perfect. This knocks them down. This knocks them down. This knocks them down. Keeper. Okay, so we're going to finish up our sweep tree. Tenacious Sweep has grit. Now, one of the complaints I have about the spear, and I believe it's going to be fixed by Amazon, is I think that the hitbox is a little bit janky, and I think that the range of the spear should be longer, and it doesn't kind of feel like it. So that's something I think that they should take a peek into. Write a comment down below if you feel like you've had the same experience with the spear as far as the hitbox and the range of it, and also, when two players are going at it with grit, it seems like theirs still wins out over ours all the time, which kind of makes no sense. So those are things that I'd like Amazon to look into. The coup de grace here is the one that's really good. It's going to finish them. It's going to stab them as long as you hit the left mouse button after you do the move, and it's going to do 125% weapon damage. Now, one of the biggest things about this build, the bow spear, is that while they're working on, touching up the life staff, taking away the double pole great axe hit, where it gives you that hit twice, maybe tweaking the fire staff and looking at the hatchet, the spear and bow really haven't been mentioned much. Now, a lot of people complain about the bow because you got to get ammo. I don't like that either, but it is what it is. If you want to use it, that's the price you got to pay. So, and it's a lot harder to aim than the musket. So it's going to take some time to get used to, and it's going to take some skill. So just have some patience with it and just roll with it. And I think you'll find yourself really happy in the long run. After you get 60 levels worth of practice with it, you're going to be pretty darn good with it. So we're going to finish this up. Javelin headshots are going to reduce the cooldown of Javelin by 50%. That's a nice ability. And then this one, for those really long range far shots, they're gonna grant you a reward for hitting them, because you're going to get 2.5% damage per meter traveled up to 100% max, which is going to be very, very nice. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to kind of do a heavy attack build. That's why I didn't really like this light attack one. We're going to do successful heavy attacks reduce all spear cooldowns by 15%. So we're going to do that. It doesn't say 3 heavy attacks or anything like that. It just says heavy attacks. And we're going to go ahead and get this one, Fortify, again after heavy attacks, increasing your absorption by 15% for 2 seconds. So if you think you can stabby with a heavy attack, get that Fortify. I know it's only 2 seconds, but hey, it doesn't have a cooldown on it. So if you keep getting the heavy attacks, you're going to keep getting the Fortify. So that's a good way to go. We're going to go ahead and get this one, give us a shot. And then we're going to go ahead and get the Strong Conditioning, because 30% stamina regen is pretty good, since this is based off of full stamina. And again, you only lose it when you're blocking and dodging. So if you're fighting, you say you dodged a few times, you're going to go ahead and be able to get your stamina back pretty quickly if you're below 50%. So go ahead and click that one. And we have one more skill that we want to look over. I just want to look at the other tree real quick and make sure we're not missing anything. This one is one that I think we'll want to get, is the first successful hit with any ability within 2 seconds of dodging, which again we're going to be doing a lot of, is going to reduce your spear cooldowns by 20%. So there you have it, guys. There's the bow and the spear. Attributes we can go over to. We are using perfect gear on this one. I just want to show you the benefits that you're going to get. Right here is a big one. Dodging cost is going to cost you 10 less stamina. Now this one all along the line is going to give you perks for skinning speed and skinning weight and so on, which is fine. Then we're going to go on, and this one's going to give you, some bonus headshot damage if you get it. Again, situational, doesn't help you all the time. 10% bonus damage on stunned. Stun, slow, and rooted enemies. Well, you do a lot of that. So that is definitely something that's going to be a bonus for you. And then this is the one that is going to make and break this build, guys. Guaranteed critical hit after dodge roll. Ammo increased by 15% or returned after 15%. They really could do better for 300x. I'd like to see 50%. Then maybe I'd feel better about that. But 15%, meh. But the guaranteed critical after a dodge roll, that's key. That's big. We're going to put 50 points into con and take that to 50. After that, I'm going to leave it up to you with what you want to do. If you want to go more dex, you want to go more con. But I think that at least you get the all healing consumables 20% longer. You should be using those faction PvP healing pots, or you should be making them. You should always have pots on you. So that's the build, guys, for the weapon and the spear. I hope you enjoyed it. And with that, if you enjoyed the content, again, hit that like and subscribe button. If you're looking for a guild, you can put an application at stormborngaming.net. I'm not the guild leader. I'm just a member, but it's a fantastic guild. It's a highly competitive guild looking to take a territory at launch with quite a few members. Good bunch of people. Also, if you like watching streaming, come follow me on Twitch TV at Sandman's Gaming Channel, and I'd love to sit down with you and talk builds and talk anything New World as we approach launch. Guys, thank you very much for stopping by, and I'll talk to you later.